Okay, peace, love, and divine light, family. It's Capra L. Yes, I'm a little out of breath. I'm going hard today. This is video number 3 today. If you haven't checked out my other ones where we talked about spiritual bath detoxes and the importance of them, and then we also talked about, I'm getting comfortable. Sorry for all the wiggles. And then we also talked about, what else did we talk about? Shoot, I'm doing all this talking. I didn't forget what I talked about. Okay, I don't know. Check them out. They're all the same day. Anyway, that was lame. So, yep. So here we go. So I wanted to talk about, walking your walk, right? So in the last video, when I talked about spiritual detoxes, I was talking about how you always want to be focused more on you instead of bringing everyone that you know along for the ride, and they may not even ask for it, right? So so what this walk your walk means is whatever your path is, whatever you're here to do, whatever you're destined for, no one can walk it with you. You have to walk your walk. No one can do it for you. No one can hold your hand. And no one can walk beside you, because sometimes these paths, they change, they split, right? So your path is over here, their path is over there. You can't walk with them because it takes you too far off of your path, right? So it's important that, especially now more than ever, if you're going to fulfill the mission and the purpose that you were given when you came into this existence, that you follow your path, right? And you have to do it confidently. And you have to do it with robust, Oftentimes, I'll get a client, I'll get on a consult call, and I'll get the messages that this person is way off course. Like they're supposed to be on Route 66, but they all the way on Route 5 or something. You can tell I'm in California, right? But anyway, you're on the wrong path. And you're not going in the right direction that's meant for you, that you came here to do. So what I do in the work, I'm very honored to do, because a lot of times I'm like, okay, you got to turn around and go back this way and do this and XYZ and XYZ and XYZ, and get people back on their path so that they can do what they came to do. Because what we have to remember is that when we do what we're supposed to do, what we came embedded with, then we are also creating a path or opening the door for the next person that's coming behind us. So we're never in this for just ourselves, which we fail to remember. On the slight chance that I come across someone who does remember, now it's coming up with the gumption, the energy, the want, or the know-how to follow through on what's necessary or required to fulfill that destiny, right? So when you have fully decided that you are committed to you, because it's not so much about the walk than it is being committed to yourself, committed to your journey, your purpose, being committed to your spirit. Because one thing I know for sure, when you don't follow your spirit and your path and your purpose, you feel lost, you feel confused, you feel sad, you feel depressed, among so many other things. All those lower end energies, they take over your life, and then that invites other things to come in, other dark forces to manipulate you and change your life. When you follow your path, discover your destiny, discover your purpose, then you're less likely to go the wrong direction, and less likely, of course, to feel those lower energies that we talked about. You'll feel more fulfilled with your life. You'll feel more at peace with yourself. You'll feel more rejuvenated. You'll feel more like you're doing something with a purpose. You'll be purpose driven even, so it's so, there are no words when you really begin to do what you're meant to do that I can give you on this earth anyway to describe it. However, I will tell you that it is the best thing to do, not just because it'll help you in the end, in the afterlife, but it'll help you in the now life, because mission complete. I mean, who doesn't like to see that when you're playing a video game? It's like mission completed. Yay! You know what I'm saying? For real. Like it's a real deal. So And all in all, and in essence, it's important for you to walk the walk because you need to do it for you. I do it for me. Like, I walk my walk for me. I do it because it makes me feel whole. It makes me feel complete. It makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. It makes me remember who I am. That part, when I am doing more and more of the work, helping others on their pathway, even my children, I feel like I'm doing it. I'm doing what I came here to do. You know, it's like Peter Pan. You're doing it, Peter. That's what I always hear. I swear to you, in the back of my head, like, I'm doing it. You're doing it. So that cheering voice really helps to keep me going. So yes, walk your walk. Again, there are people waiting on us to do what we came to do. Take it just one last step further. It can get lonely. I cannot lie to you about that. It can get lonely to walk alone. But I'm going to take you on a journey just really, really quickly, okay? So I want you to close your eyes, all right? So I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a couple deep breaths, relax your body, clear your mind, all right? But on a very short visualization, I want you to see yourself hiking up a mountain trail with you and your closest family members and friends, all right? And there's a fork in the road, because now you can either go back down and go home, or you can keep going to the top. Now, this is the fork in the road. The true fork in the road is because your family and friends don't want to go back down the mountain. They want to go home, but you want to keep going and watch the sunset from the top of the mountain. As you stand there at this fork in the road, this split decision you have to make. Do I let them go and I keep going, but then I'm going to be on my own, but then I'm going to be by myself, but then what if there's nobody up there? But what happens after, right? You have to decide that what is in your heart that you really want to do, and what is so bad about walking the walk alone. There have been many before you in existence of humankind that have walked the walk alone. So why can't you? Right? So I want you to decide to lovingly release your family. So when, as your eyes are closed, see your family, you're waving goodbye to them, and you let them walk down the mountaintop. And I want you to start hiking up the top of this mountain. All right? And as you're journeying, I want you to be mindful as you're walking up the hill, up the mountain rather, and I want you to be mindful of what's at the top of this mountain, at the peak. What are you going to gain? And I want you to remember your why. I wanted to see the sunset, this beautiful golden sunset from the top of this mountain, and this is my purpose. This is my purpose for doing this. This is my why. And keep reminding yourself as you're walking, and when you get to the top and you're watching the sunset, and you're seeing that there are many others all around you. And this whole time you were walking up this mountain thinking, I'm alone, I'm going to go see this sunset, but I'm all alone. And you realize in that moment, I was never alone. I wasn't the only person that had this great idea to see this sunset on this particular day, right? The matter is, we are universally conscious all the time. Universally, meaning we're always talking in oneness to one another consciously, right? So your tribe will be at the top with you and waiting for you, experiencing it with you, and you're never alone. We just tell ourselves that we're alone. We just tell ourselves that, you know, nobody understands us and nobody gets us until we meet our tribe. But sometimes you have to travel to find your tribe. Sometimes you got to do the walk alone to find your tribe. So that takes courage. So I want you to take that courage in your real life now and realize you have to walk this walk alone, and you have to do it to find out what is necessary for you, what is necessary for your purpose, what is necessary to the mission plan. Essentially, that's what matters the most, more than anything else in this world. Not the money, not the clothes, not the car, not the children, not the husband, not the wife. Nothing else matters more then you're fulfilling your destiny. And I know some people may take that the wrong way, but when you cross over to the other side and your time is done here, do you want to keep that regret of like, I didn't fulfill what I came here to do? Because any of the, as a medium, when I do medium readings, any of the people who have crossed over to the other side, a lot of times, and you hear it now even in the living, when people are on their dying bed, their deathbed, and they say, I wish I had of, I wish I did, right? Do you really want that to be haunting you? Do you really want that to be something that holds you back from going forward on the next part of the spirit journey? I think that you all are really getting the gist of it. Maybe you got it 5 minutes ago, who knows? But I have to cover all bases. But walk your walk. I'm encouraging you to walk your walk. Don't try to take anyone with you. Do what's best for your soul and for your spirit. And it starts now, because the shift that we are experiencing, it's a once in a lifetime thing. It's a time where we can actually clear the slate, undo the past, and program the present and the future. Like literally, we are manifesting masters right now. That's the energy that we're in. And very few of us actually know this, because it's really literally been wiped away from us. Even watching the news is creating so much fear that you cannot manifest. You can't manifest in fear, period. Okay, I digress. My bad if I overkilled it. I got to beat it home until they tell me, okay, it's enough. So, anyway, I hope that this message reached whoever it needed to reach. I hope that you all begin to be in action and begin to do more of what's necessary for your purpose, for the mission that you were handed, divinely handed, I must add. And if you have any questions about that, I will leave the links below for readings and consultations and products that will help you get where you're trying to go. All right, so my name is Kepra L, your spiritual Sherpa. I'm still trying to get used to that. So I am here to help you and assist you and help you through this walk of life and this shift. You like, share, and subscribe. That part I always forget, undoubtedly. And I look forward to sharing more information with you. And I thank you very much for being here. In the meantime, love and light and cosmic kisses from me to you. Always, Kepra.